Hey guys, I'm just doing a quick video on a comparison between the Glock 23 and the Kahr cw40. Okay, I haven't seen a whole lot of these videos out for these two particular guns. I have seen them for the Glock 19 versus the Kahr cw40, but in my opinion, I don't really think it's a very fair comparison just because you're going from a 9 to a 40 with different weight ratios and stuff like that. Um, Kind of a little quick rundown of the pros and cons between the two for carry or for whatever else you want to use it for, home defense, military, whatever. Um, Number one and most important is you can never go wrong with Glock, ever. They are notorious for their Glock perfection, as they call it, which is you pull the trigger and it goes bang every time. They will work right out of the box. I mean, of course, you want to clean all the shipping grease and stuff out of there. But even if you didn't, it doesn't matter. They run them dry all day long, every day. Some of the nice things about the Glock is you do have the double stack magazine, which as you can see holds 13 in the mag, and of course your one in the pipe, which is a total of 14 rounds, which is nothing to shy at, especially with a 40 caliber bullet, which is nothing to shy away from. I love my Glock very much. It is without a doubt my favorite open carry gun. I like to open carry it and show it off. I do a lot of work on cars and painting and all that other stuff, so I do like to do the fine-tune things as painting in the letters and make the letters kind of stand out a little bit. These letters I actually painted in. I've seen people do them with Crayola crayons and stuff like that, which works great, don't get me wrong, it really does. But just for my particular situation, I wanted to do it in the paint so that it would, in my opinion, hold up just a little better. You know what I mean? I don't have to like touch it up every now and then. Another thing I did was I did polish my barrel. I like the way the barrels look polished. It adds a little touch of shininess in there, which kind of helps blend your eye into the rest of the gun. Next things I'm going to be polishing, of course, is the slide release button. I'm going to polish that, and I might, depending on how I feel, polish the little bolts in there. Kind of goes on how much I really want to put into it. I did do the mag as well, as you can see. Some of the nice things about carrying the Glock is, like I said, Glock is a really great name. So if somebody sees a Glock on your hip, it is nice to have that kind of camaraderie almost, because everybody sees a Glock, you just automatically respect them because of the Glock. There are some fans, of course, that are fans of 1911s and don't like Glock, or they like XD. It's it's everything's subjective in the gun world, just like anything else. So if you do like the XDs or the 1911s or the Walters or whatever you like, it's totally your preference, and I could care less. But for me, I am a Glock man. So you do get the double stack mag, which is great. It does thicken out the grip, which can be a pro or a con depending on your hands and how big they are. For me, I do like to have that grip, that thick grip, but I'm not about to put a hoe grip on it and make it any thicker, that's for sure. I open carry my Glock. I do live in Indiana, and you can open carry here, and I love to open carry it, as a lot of people love to open carry their guns. The 40 caliber bullet, like I said, is a great bullet. It's a good in-between between the 45 and the 9. I don't feel any need to carry a 45. It's just a little too much for me. I do have a 1911, of course, and I do shoot it, and I'm very comfortable shooting it, but I prefer to carry a 40. But that's just my personal preference. The Glock is a little thicker than the cw40, and it is the slide and barrel are just a little bit longer too, so that are some things to take into consideration. Something nice about the Glock as opposed to the cw40 is that you can open carry it and you can conceal carry it, whereas the cw40, they don't make a holster to open carry. It is a concealed carry weapon only. I kind of cheat a little bit, and I have a tension holster, the Serpa holsters for the Glocks, for the Glock. Yeah, it's for any of these compact frames, whether it's the 23, the 19, or whatever. And all I do, it is a tension holster where it has a screw right underneath the button. I just tighten in that screw, and eventually your Kahr cw40 will fit into it. So if you do want to open carry, you can. It looks a little funny because the Kahr is a little thinner, but it doesn't look funny enough to where I would say that that holster doesn't go with that gun. Some of the cons to Glock is, again, it is a little thicker. It is more blocky, and it just, for the most part, I just really prefer to have it as an open carry weapon. I could go either way on single stack versus double stack magazines, and I'm not the biggest fan in the world of their safety trigger. I think that little thing is kind of a joke, really. I mean, it just really provides no safety for the common guy. I mean, unless you're a cop and you're hopping over a fence or something and you're worried about a string catching on it, I doubt that anything's going to stop it from pulling. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, I love my Glock, and I will carry it forever. But some of the pros to the Kahr cw40 is that it is thinner. It's thinner. It's a little smaller. Okay, I can get my hand fully on it. You can see it in comparison to the hand. You can actually all the way hide it with your hand, which is a great thing to have if you want a concealed weapon, whether if you're going to somebody's party or you're hanging out with friends and you don't want to look like the nerd with the gun, you know what I mean, the guy who's worried about everything all the time. So in that regard, it is great. A con, of course, is the fact, like I said, it's hard to find an open carry holster for it. So you're always robbing Peter Pan, Paul. These do have a single stack magazine where you have the 6 plus the one in the chamber. Actually, this one's, I believe, yeah, this is 6 plus 1. I do have an extended mag, which is, it adds a bullet, 7 plus 1. But I don't really carry it too often just because I don't like the grip extension very well. But it is fun for shooting and practicing. The only safety that this gun has is the trigger. It does have a very long trigger, but it does sound, it is very crisp. It's a very nice trigger. I like to shoot both these guns very much, especially for target and just having a good time with friends, you know. And a lot of people say guns are not toys. They're kind of your toys. I mean, you want to definitely respect them, but you also want to make sure you have a good time in life too. Anybody's walking around being safe their entire life, every single second's not going to really live at all. So it's nice to be able to go out in the woods and, you know, I mean, I've got property I can go out and shoot at and just have a good time with friends. So back to the guns, I do prefer to have the thinness of the CW40 over the Glock. So I kind of doing a little pros and cons to both of them here. That would be the Glock, as I've said several times, is overall better open. This is better closed. As far as shooting goes, they are both awesome guns to shoot. I'm a little better with the Kahr than I am the Glock, and I don't know if that's just from the sights or the frame of the gun. They're both very comfortable to shoot. I enjoy. They're actually pretty close in comparison, in my opinion, to shoot, where they ride on the crotch of your thumb. But as you can see, even the little mini beaver tails are pretty close to being about the same dimensions. So I mean, when it comes to shooting, they're pretty much about the same. So when it comes to these two, they are very close in comparison. The breakdown is really close. The triggers are pretty close. The Glock's triggers are a little shorter, but they do have the safety on them. I think the Kahr's triggers a little tighter, in my opinion, and I do like that. So, but overall, they're both very awesome guns. The only thing that I can say that Glock really's got over Kahr is that a Glock will work right out of the box. Whereas, I mean, your Kahr will work right out of the box, but you're going to have to do what they call their break-in period. They do have a break-in period where things will get a little hazy, where it won't want to feed, or it will not fully eject the casing. I see videos all the time of people posting up about these problems and how Kahr sucks. They just haven't given it enough time yet. It took me between 250 and 300 rounds for my Kahr to really break in. Now I run it and it just sings. It has no problem. I have yet to have one problem since it's been broken in. You got to give those metal pieces time to wear into each other, because that's fresh metal on metal. So I mean, I do carry this, so I do trust it with my life, and I highly doubt I'll have any more problems with it, because I haven't yet, and I shoot quite a bit. So I trust them both with my life. They both have pros and cons both ways. It's technically, and really, it's all at the discretion of, what you like, how you like to carry it, and where you like to carry it. So in my opinion, these guys are very comparable, and if you're looking at either, I would recommend them both. If you're just starting out, I'd say probably go with the Glock 23. If you want to use it for multiple carry yourself and have it for home, you can go with the 23, but if you ever plan on having a girl use it, I'd say go with the cw40. Slimmer frame, easier for them to grip onto. It is a little lighter, so it kicks a little harder, but not enough to really matter. So if you ever want home protection or multiple people use it, I would say go with this. Break it in, have it sitting on your nightstand. It's got better places to put it. So yeah. But either way, if you buy either of these guns, you're getting a great gun. This gun is $450 if you try to buy it in stores where it was. I'm going to give you the prices where I bought it in Indiana. This one was $450 and this one was $500. Okay, so they're pretty close in cost as well. Of course, the 4040, that's going to be the same cost. These are the Hornady Critical Defense. These are the Zombie. Yeah, I am nerdy enough to buy them. And this is just a regular full metal jacket for target shooting. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please, feel free to ask me. If you want to criticize me, by all means. I will try to answer as many questions as I can to try to help you. If you're looking in the market between these two guns, I'll try to help you the best I can into finding a gun that works right for you. So just let me know and keep shooting.